Imagine this. I'm sitting at my desk, choosing a movie to watch while I study. As I'm scrolling through YouTube, I come across The Proposal, which was free to watch on YouTube at the time. I remember seeing Ryan Reynolds break the fourth wall in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, so I choose it.
The Proposal.
The Proposal is a chill rom-com between Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. Now imagine my surprise when at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 21 seconds out of nowhere, I hear a native flute and native drums in a movie that has had no prior mention of native people. We watch as we see Sandra Bullock's character stumble upon Betty White's character, Grandma Annie, wearing native garments and chanting and dancing around a fire.
Come, see how I give thanks to Mother Earth.
You know, actually, I'm not that curious. I'll just...
Look around you.
White convinces Bullock to chant with her, telling her to chant random words. The scene concludes, and there is no mention of native people or native culture throughout the rest of the movie.
With you. Follow and learn. He-ya. Come on, Margaret, feel the rhythm of the drums. Now you.
Me what?
Chant.
Chant what?
Whatever comes to you, it is the way.
But I don't know any chant.
To the trees. Use your vowels.
This whole scene felt very strange to me. Sure, it is mentioned that Grandma Annie is part Tlingit, 1/8, but still Tlingit, and the scene wasn't exactly offensive, but it is still uncomfortable and unnecessary. The scene doesn't add anything to the plot, and there isn't enough mention of natives in Alaska or native culture to make it feel appropriately placed in the movie. Additionally, the scene enforces stereotypes about native people. Whether stereotypes are explicitly negative or not, they create false narratives surrounding natives and do the work of settler colonialism. Settler colonialism is a type of colonialism that functions as a structure that works to replace and eliminate indigenous populations. Stereotypes create narratives that make non-native people believe that native nations are too, quote, savage and uncivilized, end quote, meaning they need someone else to, quote, civilize them. In the case of The Proposal, there would be nothing wrong with Grandma Annie being native and participating in a ceremony to give thanks to Mother Earth, except it is done in an improper way that comes across as quite disrespectful. As we saw, she tells Margaret to chant random words, which is not what would be done in a native ceremony.
Oh, E-O-O, E, yes, chant, yes, yes, to the universe!
By portraying native culture in this way, it is nothing more than an attention grab. The presentation is meant to scare the viewer a little bit, enforcing the stereotype that, quote, Indians were the scary, unknown element that brought in the crowds, end quote, as Thomas King says in his book, The Inconvenient Indian, on page 31. Additionally, by presenting Grandma Annie doing a ceremony by chanting random syllables instead of English words or a native language, the scene enforces a primitive stereotype. As Richard Wheelock says in his book, American Indians and Popular Culture, quote, media freezes images of Indians in the past, sometimes romantically, sometimes savagely, end quote. Regardless of the intention or the reasoning, stereotypes around native people further settler colonialism, which is a structure that we need to dismantle. The act of breaking down structures of settler colonialism is called decolonization. As it says in the article, What is Decolonization? Quote, decolonization is work that belongs to all of us, end quote. We must all make steps to decolonize, and one of the places that decolonization strongly needs to take effect is in the media that we see regularly, and the stereotypes within them. By discontinuing the inclusion of stereotypes of native cultures in media, we can all work to make the world a more inclusive space for all people, and do a small part in decolonizing to fight back against settler colonialism in the present day.